Alright, hey guys, it's Aelx here, and today I will be doing a class guide on Infinity Knight. This is a new class which you can purchase from Hero Mart by purchasing the 2016 calendar. Alright, so let's get on to what this class can do. So first, we're going to look at its statistics. Its statistics on this class are hit chance of 94.9, haste of 21.93, critical of 16.09, evasion of 19.3. It's pretty cool. This class is based mostly upon your spell power, not really that much on your attack power, but ever so slightly. And this class gains decent amount of mana. The class gains on every non-crit you do on a monster, you will gain 3 mana back. Every crit you do on a monster, you will regain 9 mana back. So that's very nifty and handy. Okay, so first on, we're going to talk about its first skill. First skill is called Wane of Dust. This is actually your auto attack, but this is a unique auto attack. So every time you do a successful auto attack, you will apply Perpetual Rend, which inflicts a damage over time which lasts for 6 seconds, and it stacks up to 15 times. So I'll demonstrate right here. As you guys can see, Perpetual Rend, and it just keeps going up and up. This is very helpful. I believe this is one of the few classes in-game to have their auto attacks be a bit more unique than the average class. Very nice. Alright, next skill is now called Strike of Dawn. 5 mana, 2-second cooldown. This is based upon your physical and magical damage. It deals light damage to the target. It applies Temporal Rift to the caster, and it applies Temporal Shift to the enemy. These stacks, they last each of them for 30 seconds. If they don't, they last 30 seconds. And also, these stack up to 15 times. So instead of the normal 4 stacks on Chrono classes, this stacks up to 15. So it's pretty strong. And what this skill does is it buffs all your other skills. So it'll make your 3 skill heal more, it'll make your 4 skill do more damage over time. So it's very nice. Okay, next on is now your 3 skill Daybreak. 25 mana, 16-second cooldown. It's based on your physical and magical damage. You need to have 1 stack of your 2 skill applied in order to even do this. What this does is, if it's applied, it gives you a compressed time. This gives you a 50% defense or damage resistance to anything that hits you for 6 whole seconds. So it makes you pretty buff. And also it gives you a really nice heal over time, over 10 seconds, based on how many stacks you have. If your 2 skill is not applied, you will be doing Daybreak Stun. So what this does is, it stuns your opponent for 3 whole seconds. And this skill does not use any of your stacks. So first I'll demonstrate the stun. So here we go. And there he is stunned. Alright. And now I will demonstrate the heal over time. So first, I will attack the target. Let's say I'll get 2 stacks. How about that? And then I'll click my 3 skill now. I'm healing 87 from just 2 stacks. Very nice thing. It gives good sustain to this class and allows for better survivability. So now we'll get on to its 4 skill. Incinerating Era. 30 mana, 22-second cooldown. This is based on your physical and magical damage. What this does is it does a huge, a massive damage over time on your enemy for 10 whole seconds. And it's dependent on how many stacks you have. It also consumes your stacks. So be careful when using this. Make sure you got full stacks before using this skill. Alright, so here we go. You get 3 stacks on this guy, and then apply the Incinerating Era. And boom, a 2k damage over time. Very, very strong. It's very nice, and it's great for just dishing out quick damage. Alright, so now we're going to get on to its 5 skill, Equinox. 14 mana, 15-second cooldown. This is based on your physical and magical damage. What this does is, if you do this without the 2 skill applied, so if there are no stacks of Temporal Rift on your opponent, what this does is it does mediocre damage, just okay damage, and it decreases their haste and damage taken, from your damage over time, by 50%. So this is a good thing and a bad thing, because it lowers the amount of times they hit you, but it also lowers your damage over time upon the monster. So this is good for when you're fighting a monster that might do lots of damage early. So you want to use this skill as one of your initiating skills when you're fighting a boss to make sure they don't attack as often, because your damage over time in the beginning will already be low. So this wouldn't make it that much lower, but it's just to assist you for the early parts of fighting until you can reach your max stacks. If your 2 skill is applied, so if the stacks are on the monster, what this does is it makes them attack faster, so it increases their haste, but it also increases the damage over time taken for 12 seconds. So if you have stacks on and you have max stacks, they're going to attack more often to you, but your damage over time is going to do way more to them. So it's like a Equinox, like the name states. It's a trade-off. You either lower their haste but also lower your damage, or you increase their haste and increase your damage. It's great. So here we go. This is without stacks, so as you guys can see, he's attacking fairly slow now. Alright, so now I'm gonna do my 2 skill and then my 5 skill. And now you see it applies Dawn. And my damage over time got increased by a bit. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this. We're gonna look at its rank 4 passives now. Rank 4 passives, what we got here is first is Paradox. What this does is it increases your hit chance by 20%, but it decreases your crit chance by 20%. So your hit chance goes up and your crit chance goes way down. I mean, it's a good trade-off due to this class not being, it's not based upon your critical strikes, it's based upon your damage over time. So this is perfectly fine for the class. The next passive is called Heroic Stoicism. Yeah. What this does is it increases your endurance by 25%, so it gives you more HP, it gives you more survivability, makes you more tankier, so this is also great for the class. You also have a rank 10 passive on this class, which increases your heal over time and damages over time by a whole 10%. That's quite a bit. So make sure to get this class to rank 10 to see its full power. So first off, we're going to show you how to use this class in a solo. So we're just going to solo Captain Lots of Zero Beards. Yes. So what I like to do on this class is that I like to start with my 5 skill first. 5 skill lowers their haste, making you not hit you as often. Plus, yeah, that's all I use it for. I mean, your damage over time will be lower on him early, but it's fine. You want to get his haste low so he doesn't hit you as often. After you do that, you want to start stacking your 2 skill. I usually wait until on my HP bar, once I hit around 1000 HP or less, I then use my 3 skill, because by the time I hit about 1000 HP, I will have 10, 11, 12 stacks, and that will be healing me for like 600 per second. And so it'll be like I'm back to full HP, and it's just nice. So I'll demonstrate here. So oh yeah, also after you reach max stacks on your 2 skill, that will be 15. You then want to do your 5 skill to make sure the enemy starts taking extra bonus damage over time, and then your 4 skill, which does a massive damage over time. These two combo together, your 5 to your 4 skill, makes your damages over time on the monster insanely high. So let's just get started. So here we go. Start with your 5 skill, and then start stacking your 2 skill. Okay, so if you guys start to notice, my HP is starting to drop pretty low. This is around the time I want to use my 3 skill. It's going to help me for quite a bit. I'm back to full HP like it was nothing. And now since I have 15 stacks, I want to do my 5 skill to my 4 skill. And then you get to watch this guy just kind of die, you know. It's pretty good. So yeah, that's pretty much how to use this class in soloing scenarios. Sometimes this class really does struggle on mana. If you're soloing a boss less around like 100,000 HP, like 100,000 to 150,000 HP, you should be fine with this class. But if you're fighting higher HP monsters, it's very hard to do your 5-4 combo due to it being so mana consuming. So you might resort to the stacking your 2 skill and only using your 3 skill every now and then well, like, just stack up as much as you can, then use your 3 skill and rely on just your 2 and 3 skill, because that will allow you to solo harder bosses, because you're able to get that defense buff, and you're still able to go in, but you're not going to be able to do as much damage, but you will be able to sustain for a very, very long time. So if you just want to solo like very hard bosses like 500,000, just rely on your 2 and 3 skill. Your other 2 skills just consume way too much mana for this class to actually be efficient. Yeah. And the next part of this clip, or I guess this guide, will be showing you guys if you're put into a party with a bunch of people. So let's say you're basing your team comp around Infinity Knight. I will be showing you guys how much damage this class can really dish out.
With the strongest side will drown our sorrows. Take my hand and tell me, are you ready to play fair? Believe in myself, in my dream, this world, it will never end. I'll chase it, I'll speed up, believe in myself. You're not alone now, and our future's near.
And so let's talk about the pros and cons of this class first of all. The pros of this class is that this class is just amazing, okay? It dishes out damage like no other. It's constant damage too, so it's not unreliable. Your nuke on this class, your 4 skill, will never ever miss. This is a huge pro. All the other previous classes, even if you had support people helping you out, if you miss your nuke, there's your damage. This class, you don't have to worry about that. You'll always hit it. That's a big pro for this class. Another pro for this class is it has sustain. Wow. When does a class have sustain? And is this strong? Holy crap. This class has amazing sustain. It also has defensive abilities. 50% damage reduction from enemy monsters for 6 seconds. That's freaking awesome. Also has another ability, lowering your enemy haste. That's a big bonus as well. So this class pros are just great. It just dishes out a lot of damage, has the ability to defend for itself, and is just really strong. And it technically has 6 skills because its auto attack is another damage over time. It's very nice. Now down to the cons. This class is horrific for farming. Do not use this class to farm like AoE farming. I mean like multiple monsters. You're not gonna enjoy life. You'll regret it for the rest of your life. If you're farming for like, if the farming requires fighting a bunch of bosses, then this class would be great. But if you're fighting just lower monsters, just like simple ones, but there's a bunch of them, don't do it. It sucks for that type of scenario. Yeah, it's pretty bad for that. Another con is that it's single target, of course, and that, yeah, it's just single target. Only its 2 skill is ranged. Its other skills are melee ranged. Your 3, 4, 5 skills, you have to be next to the enemy to do them. Your 2 skill though is ranged, so that benefits a lot of people. So that was the only con I saw for this class. Everything else about this class is just magnificent. This is a perfect class if you ask me. It may struggle on mana, which is its downfall, but in losing that mana, I guess, or having struggles with mana, you get great damage, you get great heals, and that's all you need. Like seriously, that's amazing. So for my final review of Infinity Knight class, I will give this class a 10 out of 10. For the only, well actually, maybe let's change that. Let's give it a 9 out of 10. I might have to give it a 9 out of 10. Due to it not, it's so great for every type of scenario, but farming, it's not good for farming. And I'm not including PvP in this review. This is just PvE, so player versus environment. This class would be 10 out of 10 if it had AoE skills, but it doesn't. So I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10 for just being solid damage, defensive ability, sustain, lowering enemy damage, debuffs, and buffs. It's great. 9 out of 10 for this class. Hope you guys enjoyed this guide. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.